Right down in here is 5 baby hispid pocket mice that I heard crying about an hour ago. So I tracked them down and located them all, gathered them all up, and I thought I might have heard their mama rustling in the tall grass. So I put them in this little container and put them back in the general location where I found them, where they could continue crying. And I had the red lens on my flashlight going, hoping that I would see Mama creep back. And I wanted to make sure they weren't orphan. And then after sitting there for a while, pretty much in the dark for about half an hour, and not hearing Mama creeping back up, I was taking a look around because I thought I heard a larger animal in the brush, and I wanted to see what it was, maybe if it was another kind of predator that might have got their mama. And lo and behold, just probably 12 inches away from where I left these baby pocket mice, this is it's a rattlesnake. Let me double check and see if he's a... So it is a large Massasauga, and I got really lucky there. So he was about 12 inches away from those babies, and when I walked back over to check on little babies, take a count, make sure all 5 of them were still in that little blue tub I put them in, I stepped right on this guy. I stepped on his tail, and it didn't bite me. I guess I didn't step hard enough, but then he didn't even rattle. He just tried to get away. But he was heading back in the tall grass toward the direction where those babies were, and so I had to go in there in the tall grass and go after him, and pulled him out of there. And that's probably that's a first for me. That's the first time I've ever stepped on a rattlesnake. And still, knock on a piece of wood real quick and I'm done with this. I still have yet to be bitten by a venomous snake. And whoa, buddy, was this a close call. But sure is sitting awful pretty on this wooden stake here I got. But I'd have a cigarette right about now if I hadn't quit about a year ago. That was a little bit more of a rush than I was looking for tonight. Very docile, though. I mean, for stepping on its tail, and it just tried to get away. Didn't bite me. Didn't even rattle. It hadn't even really rattled yet. I dragged it out of the tall grass
with a stick to support its body, and grabbed it by the tail. I can see right here this snake has a previous trauma. Look like well, something got it there, and looks like here too. Yeah, looks like he sustained a bite wound here and there, like a predator got him across the back there. But it didn't want to go in this tub too easily for me, and almost got away a couple of times. I wanted to get it out of the tall grass over there where that little pocket mouse nest was, and also I wanted to bring it back here and examine it and see if perhaps, you know, what's in its belly. That may be one of the reasons it's not overly it's not aggressive right now. Looks kind of full. It may have something in there. All right now. Looks like maybe it's had a meal there tonight. I'm not really thinking that it's ate a mother hispid pocket mouse, though. Those mice, adult female hispid pocket mouse is pretty big. We're talking like on the order of a, you know, a juvenile rat or something. They're pretty large, so I think if he would have gotten their mother, at least tonight, then it would be more pronounced. But baby hispid pocket mice, they don't. Some of them look slightly dehydrated. I don't think they've gone all day without food, so I think their mama's probably still out there. Dang rattlesnake, come on. Stepped right on the end down here, just a couple of inches up from the rattle, and I guess I didn't step down too hard. I was trying to walk softly anyway, so I didn't step on any other little critters, but I felt something move under my foot, and I thought I may have stepped on another a baby mouse, or maybe the mother pocket mouse. And that's when, right before I went to lift my foot up, I saw the pattern there, and I thought, oh geez, I really hope that's a bull snake I'm stepping on. But then as it crawled off through the tall grass, I saw that rattle, and that was a big sigh of relief, though. And then I checked myself over, because I couldn't believe, you know, it didn't bite me somewhere, and I'm still, you know, looking at my shoes, trying to figure out, did it tag me somewhere on the shoe, and I'm not aware of it. I'm not feeling, you know, I don't feel a wound anywhere. I would have felt, even if it had tagged me on the shoe here, I'm sure I'd have felt that. Even if it just got me in the sole portion or something like that, and even if it was a dry bite, I would have felt it. And I didn't really see the snake recoil or anything. Its full body wasn't visible, just the end of its tail. But yeah, if if it had turned around to tag me, even if it had missed or something, I'd have known. So maybe the snake knew who it was dealing with. I'd like to know whether it's a male or not. It's a male or female. Pretty short tail. I'm gonna say female. Generally speaking, if you've ever seen, male and female of a certain species, you can pretty well tell. If you've seen very many of them before, the distance from the end of the tail, from where the vent opening, their anal plate, is to the end of their tail. And the males generally have much longer tails than the females do, and this one has a relatively short tail from the anal plate to the tip. So I'm going to guess that this is a female. Very pretty snake, so pretty. Well-mannered snake. And those baby pocket mice are crying, so now I'm going to have to figure out what to do about them. Take them back out there, I guess, and leave them for a little bit and see if Mama's coming back. Maybe the snake scared her off. Alright, so this is the area where I found the babies, and they were scattered about this area. Some of them over here, some way over there. There was one over this direction, all crying separately. So kind of makes it hard to find little baby mice when one cries and you hear it over here, then you hear it over there, and you might not know it just from hearing it on camera there, but that little cry carries quite a ways. I heard that baby mouse. That's the reflector from my mailbox over there, and the culvert to my driveway across the highway. That's a good 50 yards. That's a good 50 yards over there, and I could hear these babies crying from way over there. But I'm gonna leave them right here in this critter keeper to kind of keep them consolidated so they don't wander off, and it'll provide some protection to them, but I won't be too far away or too far gone. But mainly it'll just keep them consolidated in one place so that if Mama comes back, they're not scattered all over and lost, and she doesn't have to go tracking them down. And if Mama is still around, she'll jump in there. Mama Pocket Mouse will go down in there after them to get them, and she'll move them somewhere else if she wants to. But I'll come back and check on them a little later. And now it's time to release the rattlesnake. I've got a pretty nice aquatic habitat out here. I release amphibians that I rehab and such, and aquatic turtles. And I'll go ahead and let her out here. This will be a decent place for her. And how many people would do this? Release the rattlesnake on your own property to make sure that she's safe. So what I did was since I gypped her out of making a meal of those pocket mice the other night, I went ahead and compensated her. I went to the store and got her a pre-killed frozen mouse, adult mouse, and gave her that, and she ate that right away. So she's had a meal, and then because of this awful drought we're in, I filled a little critter keeper up there with about an inch or so of water, and made sure she drank real good to get hydrated before I let her go. And we'll do that now. And off she goes. Feisty. Kind of like to see where she's going. She's headed back up towards my house on the southwest side of the berm. She's okay. Now she's headed over towards the water. And that's as far as I'm going to follow her. As we watch the rattle disappear into the darkness. Bye-bye, rattlesnake.